The magnificent kingdom of Rome had already been broken into pieces, and its semi-brute laws and constitution had become distorted enough to wipe out whatever good points happened to be therein. Persian Empire had become the storehouse of corruption and atrocities. China and Turkistan appeared to be the haven of bloodshed and ferocity. In India, the administrations of Ashoka and Kanishka were non-existent. None could even think of the reign of Maharaja Vikramadjit, nor was there any model of Buddhism or Brahmanism. Those paying respects to Buddha would commit amply shameful acts for the sake of power and worldly comforts or out of weakness in belief. Those reading the rosary of Sri Krishna had no hesitation in making men the most honorable among the created things to prostrate to the vegetables and the stones. If Europe was like a forest, with its men as bloodthirsty and ferocious as the beasts, the whole of Arabia had been reduced to the state of animality. In short, nowhere in the world human race appeared sticking to its pure quality of humanness and nobility. In such a situation, when the entire world had turned dark and dismal, it was the duty of the people of India to ponder over the 4th chapter of Gita, where Sri Krishna Maharaj says, "O Arjun, whenever faith falls in jeopardy and faithlessness grows, I provide safety to the virtuous and establish faith by wiping out the evils."
It was the sheer duty of the Persians to come out in search of a guide, as per the dictates of Zoroaster. It was for the Jews to wait for the appearance of the light from the peaks of the Faran range and held themselves back from Stopper Stone becoming the cornerstone. It was the bounden duty of the Christians to make the prayer of Abraham, and the glad tidings of Jesus center of their hope. But the global corruption and disruption and all-round darkness had caused human eyes to become so dark and blind that nobody was conscious enough to take himself to being ailing and go ahead for any medicine. In such an age, and in a territory like Arabia, Muhammad, peace be upon him, rose to remove the mischief of polytheism, darkness of idolatry, pollution of corruption and disruption, and defilement of vices and shamelessness, and raising the voice of La ilaha illallah, he performed his singular and sacred duty of making men out of men-like people, and men to be men of high morals, and such noble people to be men of God, to change darkness into light, righteousness, peace, uprightness, and virtue, and carve pure Muslims out of the deviated, idolaters, and evil persons.